Hello, fiber friends. Welcome to another episode of the Knit, Knot, and Weave podcast. My name is Dorothy, and I am coming to you from Columbia, Maryland. And this is my little corner of the YouTube where I document and share my fibery adventures with you all. That could be knitting, crocheting, yarn dyeing, spinning, weaving, or any other crafty rabbit hole I go down. So, if this sounds like your cup of tea, grab something to drink. I have water, but I also have a Sauvignon Blanc from my wine advent this year. I am a little behind on my advents because I have been sick. But if this sounds like your cup of tea, let's get started. Okay, friends. So today I have just a quick update on all of my gift knitting, and then I'm going to open and share my advents with you all. Because like I said, I have been under the weather and I have not opened up my advent. So today is, what's today? The 8th. So I will be sharing up to 8 days on my advent. So cheers, everyone. Okay. So, oh, that's pretty good. So I have 2 finished objects to share with you and 3 works in progresses, no acquisitions, and 3 advents. So let's get moving. So before we get started on my FOs, let me share where you can find me. I will post it probably on this side. You can find me on Ravelry as Philia, on Instagram as Knit, Knot, and Weave. On Facebook, I do have a Facebook page for Knit, Knot, and Weave. I do have a Ko-Fi account if you would like to help out. You don't have to, of course, but this would be to send out any prizes and to cover shipping. And if you want to ask me any questions, you can always drop me an email, or you can send me a message on Instagram, or you could always put a comment down below. Everything that I talk about in this episode will be linked in the description box below. So just under, I think, the title, you may see where it says either more or an arrow, depending upon what device you're on. But I will have everything hyperlinked down below, all my project pages and whatnots. So let's get started with finished objects. First up, I have some round scrubbies that I've made because my family has asked me to make them some more. They absolutely love these things. I have 2 that I made from Red Heart Scrubby, and then 4 that I've made from Red Heart Scrubby Sparkle. These are a little bit, I don't know how to, I want to say rougher, but they're not rough enough to scratch any pots and pans. So that's why my family likes these. I personally love this one to clean my, what's it called? I guess the foaming wand on my espresso machine. So as soon as my milk comes out, I get one of these. I run it under the water and I I clean the wand, and it works wonderfully. I believe, I don't remember, I know I've spoken about these in previous episodes. I believe with the regular scrubby Red Heart, you can get, I think, 6 or 7. And then, of course, it depends on whether you're using the variegated or the solid ones. The solid ones, you always get a few more because there's more yardage in the solid. And then with the sparkle, I think last time I got like almost 10 of these. I do start with a magic circle knot in the middle, and I cast on 10 double crochets, and then I tighten up the knot, and then I just do normal increases that you would for the round. So it's 10 double crochets in the center. The next round are 2 double crochets in each stitch. Then the next round is 2 double crochets in the first stitch, a single double crochet in the second stitch, and that's the repeat. And then the third round is 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then a double crochet in the second and third stitch, and then that's the repeat that goes around. And the final round is 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So basically every round goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then I bind off, because this is just like the perfect size for these little scrubbies. So I have a skein of each one of these on my desk at work, and when I have a few minutes, I will put a few stitches on. If I have a Zoom meeting or I have to watch some sort of a training online, I can keep my hands busy and make Christmas gifts at the same time. So next up, I have the Riddari by Eastex, which is my father's Christmas gift. And I'm so excited to share. I'm finished! I'm so happy with how this turned out. It still needs to be wet blocked, but you could see that everything is done. I did not weave in the ends on the shirt because I want to wet block it and see if I could stretch it a little. It doesn't really feel tight, but anyway, and I just, oh my God, I think it has just turned out so nice. I think my father is gonna love it. Oops, something fell. It looks like I have enough stretch in the colorwork section, so I'm very, very pleased. I'm planning on soaking this probably tomorrow so that I could lay it out, and it'll probably take a few days to dry now that the weather's kind of cool over here in Maryland. But it is finished. I'm so happy. So one Christmas present is done. I have to say, working with Let Lopi, because that's what I used the yarn that was called for in the pattern. And as you could see, I did red, black, white, and gray. Red is my dad's favorite color, so of course the main color had to be red. This is definitely not a next to skin type yarn. It is definitely a more rustic yarn. I'm not worried about that too much with my dad because he tends to dress in layers in the winter time, so he will definitely have probably an undershirt and then a button-down shirt with a collar underneath this, because that's his normal outfit for the winter, and then a sweater on top. So I'm super, super excited, and I really, really hope he likes it. And that is all I have for finished objects right now. I have been working like crazy on my Christmas. So next up, I'm going to share my mom's sweater with you all. It is in this bag by Awesome Granny. I love me some gnomes. It's a nice big size bag for a sweater or a top. I am knitting my mom the Kuutar tee, and I will insert a picture here so you could see what it looks like. I don't have a paper copy of the pattern because I've been using my iPad and the Knit Companion app to follow this pattern. But I am using, it calls for a sport weight yarn, So I am using Galileo Sport, and the color is Calliope, and it's a sport weight, and where is it now? It is 50% merino and 50% viscose from bamboo. And last time I shared this on the podcast, I had just finished all the lace portion up at the top. And here we are. I have split for the sleeves, and I have done several inches on the body, as you could tell. I just finished a skein, and so I think I'm going to attempt to pick up and do the sleeves first. So far, I have done no modifications, but I am planning on it. This tee calls for a short sleeve, but my mom doesn't really wear short sleeves, so she tends to wear more of the 3/4 length sleeve. So that's what I'm going to make. It's going to be a 3/4 length sleeve. And then the hem, I think I'm going to make it just a little bit longer than the pattern calls for. And then I think I'm going to do a split hem, because I've noticed lately that a lot of her tops are split hems, and they seem to work for her. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this one as well. I was debating on putting short rows towards the bottom before I do the bribbing, just to give it a little dip in the back. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet, but I will think about that when I cross that bridge and come to it. So I am using my Hiya needles, and these are size 4s. So that's a 3.75. And I have my little Grinch stitch holders or stitch stoppers. And you could see that there's a dip. There's a little dip because there were a few short rows in the back. So I am also considering buying some of those labels off of Etsy that say this is the back, or ones that say this took a lot of work, don't screw it up. And then I'll put them on the back of both of these for them. So I'm super excited. This is the first time I am working with Galileo, at the Knit Picks Galileo base. It is very nice to knit with. It does have the viscose makes it a very nice smooth texture. It's got a good shine to it. It has a nice drape. So I'm very pleased, and I think this color is going to be perfect for my mom. So I'm super excited. And then next up, I have the socks that I'm working on for my brother-in-law. They are in a Knit for Brains project bag. And this is Mustache Yarn. It's the C3PO colorway, not C3PO, yeah, C3PO colorway. My brother-in-law is a huge Star Wars fan, so I think he's gonna enjoy these. So I have gotten this far. I have marked where the heels are gonna go in, and I'm probably gonna put in, oh, why can't I think of her name now? It was just on the tip of my tongue. She's from the Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. Thank you very much. Kay Jones of the Bakery Bear put out a pattern for umbrella heels, and that is what I have been doing with my socks lately, because I really like the fit of those. I feel like it makes the perfect cup for your heel and really holds in place nicely. So hopefully these will be done soon. And then my last working project is the Tetris blanket for my sister. I have been working on this for quite a while. I so this is, I haven't spoken about this one in for a while. So this is the pattern. It's called the Tetris Afghan, and the designer is Lisa Hannon. I did not pay attention when I bought this pattern, but it was originally a knit pattern, and I decided I didn't want to knit all those squares because it was 192 squares I needed to make, and so instead I crocheted them. I used the Solid Granny crochet block pattern. I didn't follow anybody's directions. I've been doing the solid crochet block for a while now, so I can't really recommend a pattern, but I am sure there are lots and lots of YouTubes out there that if you just put in Solid Granny square, you will more than likely have at least probably 10 videos pop up. But I'm at the point where this weekend I crocheted all the shapes together. So I have all of my oranges and L's, all the reds and S's. So that's all done. Now I just need to start working across in the rows. And so here you could see that they've been all put together, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cover my mouth. They've all been put together, and the reason why I did this is because when I have to crochet the rest of it together, you can see that there's a black outline going around all the shapes. It helps to distinguish them a little bit more. And so I needed to crochet all the blocks together that were in the right shape. And then I'll just follow. I haven't decided if I'm going to follow this picture, this setup, or layout, I should say, or this layout. I have a feeling that my sister loved Tetris, and she was really good at it. And I have a feeling this would be more of what her screen would look like when she's playing. So I will probably follow this one. And now, although you see the black between these gray squares that are all around the side, when I look at it on Ravelry, there is no black between the gray squares. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or if I'm going to just sort of sew across in the rows, and then when I get up to do the columns, that's when I'll add the gray columns, and then I'll fill in and crochet the gray together in the cross rows. So this, I hope, will be done by next week so I can share that with you guys. I'm not too concerned with getting my mom's completely finished before Christmas. It would be wonderful if I do, but it wouldn't be detrimental if I didn't, because then I could have her try it on and make sure that everything is okay. I think it should be. My mom doesn't usually change, like her weight doesn't fluctuate a lot, so this should be I can speak today. Let me back up. I'm not too concerned because I did go, the sizing that the pattern called for is already, I think it gave her 2 or 3 inches of positive ease. So I think that is going to be perfect for her. She does not have a large chest like me. I got those genes from my father's side of the family, so I'm not concerned. I didn't need to attempt to put in bust darts for her. So I'm pretty confident that that's going to fit her. But if it gets to be like the day or two before Christmas and I haven't finished it, I am probably going to at least steam block the lace portion at the top so that opens up so she can at least see that. and then we'll just move on from there. So, but this will hopefully be finished by next Sunday so I could share it with you guys. So, as you are probably aware, I have decided not to do Vlogmas this year. I was a little bit under the weather. I was starting to get sick after Thanksgiving, and actually Thanksgiving weekend. I started to feel it Sunday night. I don't know what the deal was, but I had, again, sinuses, and then the drainage, and then I was sneezing like crazy. So, hopefully that is over now, because I feel like I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to feel like my energy is back up, because this whole week I have felt like I have done, or this whole last week I should say, I felt like my body was giving me enough to get through my work day, and then by the time I got home it was like, all right, we need to rest, and I would be like zonked. So the fact that I managed to get Dad's sweater done and so much done on Mom's sweater while I wasn't feeling well, I'm really, really glad with the progress that I've made. So with that being said, what was I saying? Oh, you may have noticed that I have not been doing Vlogmas because I've been sick. So I have not opened any of my Vlogmases. I have one yarn advent and 2 fiber advents to open up and share with you guys. I have a wine advent, which I've already shared. I am several days behind on that as well, because when I am sick, I don't do alcohol. So, which is fine, because every year I tend to find maybe 2 or 3 bottles that I know are going to be a very sweet wine, and I can't drink sweet wines. Sweet wines will trigger my migraine. So anything that comes out, anything that's a rosé, I usually set aside, and I will probably give that to my friend Ellen, because she likes those sweet wines. So with that being said, let's move on to advents. I have my Yarn Ink advent, which was based on the TV show Friends. The back of the card lists all the names for all the mini skeins. And then first up is a bag that they've sent with Yarn Ink. It's one of those backpack style bags. There was a sticker on the bag that gives me a code to get a pattern that was created for this. I have not looked at the pattern yet, and I don't know, so I can't share that with you yet because I haven't looked for the pattern. It came with a soy candle called Central Perks. Ooh, I can't tell what that smells like, but it smells good. Can't wait to burn that one. And then a cute little extra something. Let's see what those are. Ooh, very pretty stitch markers. Very nice. And black, my favorite color. So where did I put that card? So, okay. So here's the first one. And this one is called How You Doing? That was Joey's famous line. And then day number 2 is called I Know, I Know. So we have a slightly darker yellow. So I'm guessing this is going to be some sort of a fade, most likely. Whew, these boxes are jammed in there. 3 is called Miss Chandler's Bong. Okay, we're going into browns now, yellow browns. Very pretty. Be interesting to see what the pattern is that they created for this. Okay, 4 is called Could I Be Wearing Any More Clothes? I don't remember who said that. Oh, yep. So we've got another brown, a yellow brown. And then 5 is, I think, my most favorite line of this show. Pivot! Pivot! We're getting a little bit into the darkery. It almost looks like a reddish brown, doesn't it? Yeah. And then 6 is called It Tastes Like Feet. Ooh. Yes, we are definitely getting into the reds. That is a pretty red brown. Ooh, I like that. Then 7 is called You're Over Me? Be liking this one so far. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna have to find something good to make. And then 8 is called When Were You Under Me? Ooh, 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 pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay. So I will lay them all out and insert a photo here so that you can see them all laid out next to each other. I don't want to screw up the order, so I'm going to leave them in the box. Let me know in the comments below if next week you want me to open them up with you like this, or if you would prefer me just to share the new colors after I've opened them. Okay? Oh, I forgot to mention what I'm wearing. I am wearing my Granny Hexie cardigan. I think it was called Art Class or something, the pattern that I followed. This was made with mandala yarn in the, I believe it was the Genie colorway. And I did do some color coordinating. Not color coordinating, color management. So my second advent is from Hedgehog Fibers. And this is a fiber advent. So we can go ahead and open these. And I'm sure if you are watching any of the other podcasters' vlogmases, you may have seen that she has it all packaged nice and neatly. So we will just open up 1 through 8. So she's got the names, not the names, but the bases on the inside. So this is a 50% superwash BFL, 25% silk, 25% glitter. Ooh, look at that color. I'm gonna have to go back and look at who do I know has the yarn advent? Amy from Happy Little Yarn, and see if the colors are the same as to what the colors of her minis are for Hedgehog Fiber. The second one is Cory. It's 100% Cory. And ooh, look at these bright colors. These are going to be fun. I think, if I remember correctly, these are just not, yeah, 20, I think these are 20 grams. So I won't be spitting these up until after I've opened them all to see what I might be able to do or how I might be able to coordinate them. So this one is 50% superfine merino, 50% baby camel. Ooh, this one feels divine. Looks like she left a lot of the natural camel color to come through. Deep and moody. Ooh, I love that teal. Ooh, so pretty. Okay, 4 is, I have to get my glasses out, 50% Rambouillet, 38% BFL, and 12% Sari silk. Ooh, look at that. That looks lovely. Day number 5. It's 100% superwash merino. Those are pretty colors. It'll be interesting to see. These colors look very, very intense in this, but there's a lot of white left on the fiber, which means that color is going to get very muted. So I can't wait to see how that spins up. Day number 6 is 70% superfine merino and 30% cashmere. Ooh, this feels nice. See all the color she's got in here. So love that pink. Very nice. So that was 6. We have got 7. 7 is 50% superwash BFL, 25% silk, 25% glitter. Woohoo! I think it's called Angelina. Can you see that gold? You see the sparkle? Pretty. Oh, this is going to be so much fun trying out all these different bases. And then day number 8, it's another 100% Cormo. I'm sorry, 100% Cory. So that must be Cordell. Yep, feels like Cordell. Very nice. So that is Hedgehog Fibers. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. I did. This last one, I still haven't even opened yet. It's from World of Wool. Thanksgiving. So we had a very nice Thanksgiving weekend. We had it down here. I have family in New York. And so my parents, my younger sister, and her oldest daughter, my niece, came down. My brother-in-law and the youngest that they have stayed in New York and had Thanksgiving with his family. Stefania came down with Maya because over the weekend, Maya had to go down to Richmond, Virginia, because she had a field hockey tournament. And this was a very big tournament because I believe a lot of college and university coaches were going to be there. And I know ahead of time that my niece was supposed to email coaches from certain schools to let them know, you know, to sort of like invite them out to view her and stuff. Oops, uh-oh. Okay, that wasn't a good idea. Let me flip this back over. So nice. This comes in a nice box. A nice box I can reuse later. Lovely packaging. Very nice. So this is the World of Wool Advent Calendar, Christmas characters old and new. It says, spoiler alert, this handy booklet contains all the information of this year's Advent Calendar contents. Open along 1 page per day. Ooh. Okay, so day 1 is on the next day. Let's see, what does it say? Christmas characters old and new, some to discover and some you knew. Hello, lovely crafters, and welcome to the 2024 World of Wool Advent Calendar. If you've never had one of our calendars before, you're in for a treat, if we do say so ourselves. And if you're one of our regulars, welcome back. I'm not a regular. This is my first time. We've spent the last 12 months compiling this calendar based on the theme of Christmas characters. Ho hum. We hear you say, we know them all so well, but do you? We're almost certain that there will be some in here you've not come across before. As this Advent has drawn inspiration from across the world, as well as across the centuries. So, intrepid crafters, join us for a journey full of stories that will make you smile. Opinions which may polarize people and traditions that might even bring back some Christmas memories you didn't know you'd forgotten. How cute! Okay, so day 1 is Feswick, and it's a 75% Cordale, 25% alpaca. Feswick is one of Ebenezer Scrooge's former employees. So it doesn't show the colorway unless the art is the color. So let's see, where is day 1? And I'm guessing these must be 20 grams as well. At least that's what they look. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that color. Oh. Ooh, pretty. Oh, I like. Oh, okay, so the names are on here. So day 2 is Zuzu's Petals, Superwash Merino, and Stellina. I don't know. Do you know who Zuzu's Petals was? I certainly don't. If you've not seen it, it's a wonderful life. Then put it on your watch list this Christmas. Zuzu's Petals from a while. I know I've seen the movie. It's not one of my favorite Christmas movies. But, ooh, I like their interpretation of it on fiber. Pretty. Now, this is going to be another fun one to spin up. 3 is Cindy Lou. Love the bags too. How cute. Oh, this is perfect for Cindy Lou. I forgot to share what it was. This one is Merino Faux Angora Trilobal Nylon and Tussa Silk. Pretty. Yep, I would definitely say that was Cindy Lou Who. I would think maybe if it had a little bit more pink, but no, I think she did wear a lot of red, didn't she? So Cinnamon Bear, which is 37.5% Manx Lawton, 37.5% Merino, 12.5% UK Alpaca. Is UK Alpaca that different from American Alpaca? And 12.5% Mulberry Silk. Okay, who is Cinnamon Bear? I don't know that one. It was a radio show. Okay. Ooh. Oh, this is very Christmassy. Ooh. Pretty. Nice. And then 5 is Loathe the Entire Family. I'm sorry, Loathe Entirely. Whew. I don't know where I got family from. It's 58.5% Merino, 25% Tussa Silk, and 16.5% Alpaca. Ooh, what a pretty green. There's a mashup of light and dark greens. Oh yeah, this is pretty. So day 6 is Jack Frost. And this one is 50% Lion. It's L-L-E-Y-N. I've never heard of that one. 46% Merino and 4% Stellina. I'm going to guess this one's a blue and white one. Or blue and silver. I'm going to guess the Stellina is silver because it's got to be Jack Frost. Oh, it's even better. Oh, the Stellina is multicolored. Oh, could you see that? I don't know if you could see the different colors in the sparkle. I'd almost say that was like holographic sparkles. Pretty. 7 is called Yet to Come. Get your minds out of the gutters. It is 50% Merino, 25% Alpaca, 12.5% Llama, and 12.5% Kid Mohair. Where did, oh, the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. Ooh. Oh, this is pretty. This looks like it's all natural colors. Very nice. Ooh. Pretty. And then the last one, day 8, is Nakatomi. And I'm going to guess that is something from Japan. It is 75% Gotland and 25% bamboo. If you're looking for a way to cause an argument at Christmas, aside from getting Monopoly out, then whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas film. Oh, the tower. Oh my God, how did I not know that? The Nakatomi Tower. Or the Nakatomi Company. Which one was it? Was it the tower or the company? Ooh. Ooh. Very pretty. So that is Great Gotland. That's the natural. And I'm guessing the bamboo, there's like a hint of, if you could see it, a hint of bronze. I'm guessing that's the bamboo. So pretty. I can't believe I didn't recognize Nakatomi. Ugh. Horrible, horrible. So that is all the, oh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to hit my camera. So that is all I have for Advents. I am really looking forward to finishing opening up all these Advents and seeing what I can make with them. But let me get back to Thanksgiving. We had a lovely, lovely Thanksgiving. My sister and niece and mom and dad, they drove down Thanksgiving morning. They hit a little bit of traffic, but not too bad. They got here, I think about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and we were planning on having dinner at 4. I was cooking the ham and the sweet potato casserole. When I was married and living in Georgia, my ex-mother-in-law gave me her sweet potato casserole recipe, and I have been requested to make it for Thanksgiving ever since. And then the week before, I believe in my last podcast episode, I shared that I was in New York for my niece's sweet 16 birthday, which was very nice. And my mom sent me home with a 20-pound turkey for Thanksgiving and a 12.5-pound ham. We weren't going to make the ham. We were going to save the ham for another night. But my niece that lives down here, Gabriella, who is the one that's recently got engaged, she loves ham and she's not a big turkey fan. So of course she calls me up, Zia, can you please make the ham for Thanksgiving? And I had planned to anyway because my sister was cooking the turkey. So got the ham ready, luckily, the night before. I tend to put it in a pan. I get 2 cans of pineapples that are, I don't know, the pineapple rings. And I attach the pineapples to the ham with little toothpicks, and I cover the whole top of the ham with that, and then I pour the pineapple juice over it, and I let it sit and marinate in the fridge overnight, and then I cooked it the next day. And then while that was in the oven, I was getting the sweet potato casserole ready. And then my older sister made the turkey and the salad and a butternut squash soup for an appetizer that was super yummy. My younger sister cooked the string beans that were delish. And my niece Gabriella made the sausage stuffing that was divine. And it was also yummy. So we had a nice relaxing Thanksgiving. And then my sister and Maya went down to Richmond. And they had 2 games on Friday, which they won one and they tied on the second one. They had 2 games on Saturday, which they won one and tied on the second one. And then they had their final game on Sunday, which they won, and they won first place for the competition. I don't know, because they were, according to Maya, there were like high school teams, middle school teams, and then like the younger kids, like 11-year-olds playing. Now, why 11-year-olds and even middle school would be playing in this competition where a whole bunch of college coaches are there to see them, I don't know. And I'm assuming they won first place for their division, like they're the high school teams, but I don't know how many teams were there specifically, and all they kept saying was a lot. So it's a big deal. So they won first place. She's super excited, and they went home. They drove back up Sunday. We had another family meal Sunday evening, and then they left early Monday morning. And then I was sick. I started feeling sick Sunday night. So Monday I did call out sick to work because I was just drained. I didn't feel like I had no classes to teach that Monday. So I said, let me do this now, because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I had 5 classes a day that I needed to teach, because 9th graders were doing their very first research project. And as the media specialist, I teach them research skills, how to use the database, how to narrow topics down in the database. And so I knew I'd be doing a lot of talking and a lot of pulling teeth, because freshmen don't like to talk a lot. But luckily, I had some good kids in all the classes that did the talking. So I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you are all feeling well. I hope nobody is sick out there. I hope you are enjoying your holiday season, getting ready for Christmas. I can't believe it's in 2 weeks. I feel like I can't remember the last time we had Thanksgiving and in that same weekend we went into December. So I feel like everything is so rushed right now. But I feel like I'm in a good spot with all my knitting. I have most of my gifts already purchased and in the house. I just need to start wrapping them and get this finished, and I'll be okay. How are you guys doing? Ooh, excuse me. How are you guys doing? Are you guys still doing your Christmas shopping? Have you started yet? Are you finished? Are you one of these people that waits till the last minute and goes shopping on Christmas Eve? I was never one of those. I am not a shopper. I do like, don't get me wrong, I do like my yarn festivals, and that to me is more of an experience than a shopping excursion, even though shopping happens. But I have never been one that likes to just shop at the mall. So when I was younger, I would always make sure that I had, this was long before online purchasing was a thing. I would always make sure that my shopping was done by Thanksgiving. I had all my gifts done and in my room before Thanksgiving happened. That's how much I hated going shopping between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I would try my hardest not to have to return any of my gifts between Christmas and New Year's Day, praying that my family would just get me the right size, because I hated those return lines. So online shopping has definitely been a blessing for me, and that could be part of my ADHD. I don't know. I'm still learning. But anywho, I really hope you guys are enjoying this festive season. I hope you are doing all the crafting that you want to do. I hope that you are enjoying your families and getting ready. I'm really hoping that we will have a white Christmas down here in Maryland. And with that said, I am going to sign off for the night, and I will be back next Sunday to catch you up on the next 7 days of my Advents, and hopefully have another Christmas present finished. So I wish you all the happiness in the world. If you would, please, if you enjoyed this episode, give it a like. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs, hit the thumb, whatever it is, hit the thumbs for the like, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you ring that bell so you get notified for all my future videos. Wishing you all the best. I love you all. Thanks so much for coming out to see me. You are a returning viewer. I should have said this at the beginning. Thank you so much for coming back and spending time with me. And if you are a new viewer to the podcast, welcome to the Crazy. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. And on that note, I wish you well. Ciao, ciao.